Okay, so this is going to be my introductory forklift video. So I'm just going to start with the basics as far as the operations on the forklift, the different parts of the forklift. Okay, so in the front here, we got the mast. So this part right here, you always want to make sure that this part is not cracked. Make sure that it's, it's in good shape. Make sure no parts are bent. You got your forks down right here. And then always want to make sure your tires, they got meat on them. And then here, this is a propane tank. So the way the propane tank is, when you are changing the propane tank, you have to pretty much turn this nozzle to the right. So currently it's on. You would turn this all the way to the right, and then you will unscrew this part right here. And then if you want to reconnect it, you just put that back on there, and then you would use this to cut the gas on. You're always supposed to use gloves with this because this is really cold. So if this propane spews out while you're taking this off, or if there's a little bit left in the line and it's coming out, it's really cold and it will freeze your fingers, do some really bad damage to your fingers. And it also is flammable, so make sure you're not smoking ever or have any fire around the propane while you're changing the propane tank. You always want to make sure that it's not leaking, that you don't hear any sounds coming from this. You can just put your ear up to it, and you can always will be able to smell it. If you can smell propane, that means that it's not properly connected. And I'll show a video of how to properly change the propane tank in another video. Okay, so right there, you just got, usually those are like your back lights. So those are lights, they're like proximity lights. So other forklift drivers can know when you're coming down the aisle or coming around the corner. Usually they're about 6 feet out or 7 feet out. You got your brake right here. This is your handbrake. And then you have your wheel, you have your brake and your gas. And then you have your 4 levers here. This first lever right here is going to be to move the forks up and down. This next lever is going to be to tilt it. So this one goes this way. This one goes this way. This one right here is to move the whole mass from left to right. So you can move the entire load from left to right. And then this one is to change the space between your forks. So if you need to make your forks wide, if you need to make them like this, or if you need to make them like this is what you would use for that. And then of course you have your lights, and then this right here is your reverse and your forward. So this is what you're going to use to go forward and reverse. So with ours, what we use, you always have to make sure you have your seatbelt on. So I'm going to put my seatbelt on here. And we always have a little checklist here. Well, I just recently did my checklist. So every time you do your checklist in a certain period of time, it's not going to have you do it again. But we just hit our horn. Hit our horn. And it's going to ask for our badge. So I've got my badge, my RFID, and my wallet. So I just take my wallet, and it's good to go. And now I'm able to, as long as this brake is on and this is in neutral, I'm able to crank the forklift. Also, my seatbelt has to be on. So just a little demonstration. If I hit this, have my foot on the brake, go back, take off my parking brake, and we're gonna go backwards. Move that forward, and we're gonna go forward. Now, if I pull the brake, I'll show you the different lifts. This one, going up. Tilt forward and backward. Then much like an entry-level introduction to it. The thing about driving with the forklift is you're always going to be steering. You're not steering with your front wheels. The steering is coming from the back wheels. So you can make a really tight circle with the forklift. You're going to be driving with the back wheels. Yep, but that's just a standard sit-down forklift. And I'll do another video showing you guys how to change a propane tank.